Hello and welcome back to episode 70 of Take to the Skies, St Albans FC. We're back after the January transfer window and we've had a little bit of a disaster where we're hoping it doesn't cause the wheels to come off. So since you were last with us, we went through with a 1-0 win against Leyton Orient and then also against Solihull Moors. We then lost 3-0 to Tottenham under-23s in the EFL Trophy, but it's the EFL Trophy, we're not too fussed. We then got a 3-2 win against Newport, where we went 1-0 down, got it back level, went 2-1 down, then we turned it around properly. And most recently we won 3-1 against Walsall. Those two teams in particular, and Solihull Moors actually, are all kind of struggling teams, so glad to see us come through those games with wins because quite often we've slipped up against those teams. Today we've got Carlisle, another team who are struggling at the moment, 22nd, and Harrogate, who are 21st. So two teams that are struggling in a relegation battle. We, however, are 9 points clear at the top with 2 games in hand. So hopefully we'll pick up a win today, go 12 points clear, pick up another win, go 15 points clear. That would be the plan. However, I mentioned some disaster moments, and that is we have lost Junior Nasingi and Anthony Devani. So Nasingi's gone to Fulham, 2.1 million. The board accepted the offer. I protested it. They agreed. They rejected it. Then another bid came in and they accepted that one and wouldn't let me protest it. But 2.1 million for the club, still very good. And then we lost Anthony Devani because he wouldn't negotiate a new contract and they got him on his release clause, 800k. Not as bad as I thought. But still less than ideal to lose 2 players of their calibre. What that meant we had to go and do on deadline day was bring in Gervasio Muanga, who's going to be the Devani replacement. He goes up front, just under 40k spent on him. And then we've also brought in on loan Ivan Wild, who I'm hoping can come in on that right-hand side and replace Nasingi. But we also have Wesley Watson in on loan from our parent club, West Ham, as well as Wayne Cronin, a right winger. Not really sure why I agreed that. I think it came through while I wasn't actually looking. Well, I wasn't paying enough attention, I should say. But nevertheless, we've got enough about us, I think, to see out the rest of the season. And hopefully we'll be able to, I think we're in a position where we should be fine to stay in the promotion slots and go up to League One, hopefully as champions. And then hopefully next year we might be able to get Nasingi or Devani back on loan. You can see here Devani with 17 goals. So he is going to be a massive miss. And Nasingi was doing really well for us as well. I think he was on 12 goals in all competitions, I believe. 12 goals in all competition, 9 in the league. 12 assists, though, in the league alone. 15 in all competitions. So we are going to miss both of them massively. I'm really disappointed that Nasingi left because he was phenomenal. And Devani, unfortunately, leaving as well. So 2 big holes for us to try and fill. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that absolutely fine. Even if it does take us until the summer, I think we've got enough about us to still get the promotion without them. Let's get into the first game. And the lineup for the game against Carlisle, we've got Kennedy in goal, a back three of Phillips, French and York, Harding, Albrighton, Pring and Vukaj as the midfield 4, and then Wild, Muanga and Thompson as the front 3. Bennett has got an injury, He's not leaving, I promise. He is on loan, which is concerning for next season. But he's just out for a couple of games. He'll be back very soon. Let's get into the game. We've got a highlight straight from kickoff as we give it away to Jones very early on. And he gives it away to Pring, who's going to counter-attack. Plays the ball forward to Thompson. He shoots from range and nearly finds the far corner early on. Good signs. Albrighton with a free kick on the right-hand side. Goes towards the far post and Phillips puts the header in to put us 1-0 up. And St Albans, we don't need Nsingi and Davani. We would massively appreciate them, but we don't need them. 1-0 to St Albans. Jonas with a free kick from deep for Carlisle. Ball forward finds Thomas, who heads down to Oppong. He is forced back to Armstrong and Penny. Back to Armstrong. Ball over the top towards Thomas, who's been found, and he buries the chance. A little bit of poor defending to let him in behind like that. I think it was York that did the little step back that allows him to be onside. Yeah, it's York that's playing him onside, and French doesn't seem to know where he is, unfortunately. And a very nice finish as well. Free kick from deep for Carlisle here. And there's a missed header, and Penny has put it in the back of the net at the far post. And that was really poor. To concede a goal like that, who is it that misses the header? Jones sends it in. It's number 8. It's Pring that misses the header. Really poor way to concede right before half-time as well. Which means at half-time we are now 2-1 down. We're going to tell them to show a bit of desire. Not happy with that so far. We'll go positive in the second half and hopefully turn it around. Corner early on. Albrighton sends it in, but the keeper comes out and claims it very well. And then he goes long upfield. York heads it back to Albrighton. He goes back to Harding. Can we create something from this position? Albrighton to Pring, who's going to go forward with it and shoots, but it's straight at the keeper and an easy save. We're going to make our first changes of the game. We're going to bring Harding off for Diallo on the right. And I think we'll send Torre on for... No, we're going to send Wilson on for Thompson. And then put Mwanga as the poacher on the left-hand side of the attack. I'm hoping Wilson might be able to nick a goal through the middle. We got a corner from the right. Albrighton sends it in. Vukaj. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And then the player on the lines cleared it into one of our players for a goal kick. And despite my comments earlier in the game, turns out we might need Nsingi and Davani. We lose 2-1 to Carlisle, a team who, as I say, are fighting relegation. Really disappointing result there. It shouldn't be too costly. We've still got a game in hand, which hopefully we can get the win in, which would send us 12 points clear. I still feel comfortable where we are. And we'll get into the game against Harrogate. And for the game against Harrogate, we've got a couple of changes. Quinn comes in at the left centre-back because York picked up a yellow card and is suspended for 1 game. Hefstala replaces a slightly unfit Pring in midfield. And Bennett rejoins the front three, coming in for Thompson, who drops to the bench. This is a game where we definitely need to pick up a win in this one to make up for a disappointing result and really prove that we can move on without Nsingi and Davani. I don't want a position where that costs us massively, like promotion-wise. Hopefully that won't be the case. Goal kick for Harrogate. Blair sends it out towards our right-hand side. Tracy heads down to Sheriff, who has a lot of space. Ball back forward to Tracy, but Robertson then gets a cross in. Marsh heads over the bar. And we are safe for now. Robertson with a corner. French heads away. Mwanga picks it up. This is one of the first chances at a counter-attack we've seen from him, and it's cleared away by Sheriff. Harding goes back to Kennedy. And hopefully we're still going to get something from this highlight. Phillips gets the ball and plays it out to Harding. Back to Phillips. And he goes long upfield. And Blair's going to go out to that. He's kept it in play. Wild has gone and taken it from him. Cross goes in. Mwanga heads into an empty net. I thought he'd miss for a moment there. You don't get players get such easy goals for their first goal at a new club. I don't know what the keeper's thinking there. And then when Wild goes and takes the ball, he just kind of leaves him, which is very questionable as well. But Mwanga, happy to score into an empty net. We do, however, have a highlight straight from the kickoff. Robertson playing the long ball forward. Phillips heads away. Harding collects it. And now we play the ball out to Hefzeller, who loses it to Simpson, but then gets it back, tries a ball over the top, but Charlesworth is alert to it. Marsh plays it to Tracy. Phillips stepped out of defence. Harding's got back to try and defend it, but Robertson with a cross. Marsh, what a miss from Marsh. And that was very risky from us. Robertson with a free kick. Plays it short to Shepherd. Back to Robertson. Cross into the danger area, but Kennedy does really well to claim that cross there. He then goes long. Finds Mwanga. He's going to attack. Can he find Bennett in the middle? He goes back to Vukaj. Back to Mwanga. Cross towards the far post. And Wild with the header. But it's just wide of the post. And we've reached half-time, 1-0 up. It's not been the best of games, but this front three is, we had a front three that have been together for quite a while. These guys have now got to learn to play together. Whereas, obviously, our previous front three, they probably did go through a period like this. It's just been so long that they've been doing so well that it seems strange not to just have a free-flowing team. But I'm sure particularly Mwanga and Bennett will get going. I'm not convinced on Wild, but I'm sure we can get somebody to play that position like Nasingi did at some point if Wild doesn't end up being the guy. We've got a throw in here which Vukaj takes to Albrighton. And then back to Vukaj, who goes backwards to Phillips. Inside to Vukaj. He goes over the top. Wild has timed that run perfectly. 1-on-1 with the keeper. And Wild makes it 2-0. Responding to the criticism I had of him at half-time, he goes and gets a goal straight away. And very nice ball through from Vukaj. Wild times his run perfectly. It's a brilliant finish from him as well. And we lead 2-0 now. Mathieson throws it into Chalmers for Harrogate. He tries to play a ball forward, but Phillips does well to header it away. Quinn then goes long towards Mwanga, who heads down to Wild. He couldn't quite get out of his feet quick enough. Albrighton plays the ball over the top. Mwanga goes past the keeper. And that's 3-0 now. And we've had goals from Mwanga and Wild. Mwanga getting 2. It would be nice to see Bennett get a goal as well. But Albrighton here, what a ball in behind. I think it's their right back that plays him onside. The keeper comes for a ball, doesn't get it. Which, as a goalkeeper, if you're not going to get it, you've made that mistake already. We're going to bring Albrighton off for Torre. And also Vukaj can come off for Thompson on the left-hand side. He's struggling for fitness. And then I'm looking at Quinn being on a booking or Harding. We're going to go for Harding off for Diallo. At 3-0, I'm happy to make all 3 subs in one go. Robertson with the throw-in. Torre heads it away though. Wild collects it. Probably kept it a bit too long though. Sheriff takes it off him. Tracy back to Parkinson. Simpson trying to get space. Mathieson to Chalmers. Back to Simpson. Ball over the top has found Tracy, who scores but it's offside. I did think when it went over the top it looked a bit offside. And it has proven to be so. How offside? Yeah, he's well off. Easy. Mathieson with a free kick to Parkinson, spreads it out to the left. Robertson plays the ball into Tracy, and Kennedy with a fantastic save, but it falls very kindly to Simpson. So unfortunately, we do go 3-1. We concede to make it 3-1. I lost my tongue there. It's really hard to get back into making videos when you've had a long time off. You get all sorts of tongue twisted. But we still lead 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. Ball over the top to Parkinson. And it's been called offside, which I think we might have got away with one a little bit there. They're not happy with it. There's 2 of them offside, arguably 3 of them. But a nice finish nevertheless. Torre with a corner late on. Bennett nearly gets it on target. And now we've got a final highlight from the looks of it. French stood over the ball. And he goes with a long ball. Clamp heads it back to Tracy. Plays it forward to Chalmers. Out to Robertson. He tries to play a ball in behind to Leahy. And Phillips does well to block the attempted cross. Diallo then clears it upfield to Wild, who is quickly dispossessed by Robertson. And I think this might just be an end of game highlight from the looks of it, as Torre throws it into Wild, back to Torre. He goes up the wing to Wild, but it is full time. A 3-1 win for us today. And I can also confirm that was our other game in hand. So we've had both our game in hands done nice and quickly out of the way. I know this one was postponed in January for a waterlogged pitch. So we come out of it with 3 points. 12 points clear at the top of the league. Let's have a look at where we're going to come back. What we're going to do is we're going to come back for the Notts County and the Swindon Town games. No particular reason. They're 4th and 2nd, so potential for them to be very interesting games, either in terms of us as the leading team. If we do slip up a bit more and let Swindon back into it, hopefully that won't be the case. But also we could have a say in the promotion battle there as well, because there's only 4 points between Swindon and Notts County. And even then, only 7 points. 7 points down to Barrow in 7th. 8 points down to Northampton in 8th. So there's a very tight group there between 2nd and probably down to Scunthorpe, you would really say, are in a battle for the playoff spots. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a say we have in that with those 2 games. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment your predictions for the end of the season. Are we going to go on without Davani and Nasingi and be okay? I would hope so. But let me know what you think. Subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. The support has been massive recently. 177 subscribers as I record this. Fantastic. I'm a little bit in shock of how it's happened, but I'll take it. It's all massively appreciated. Thank you very much for watching.